Hi students, we shall discuss in the today's class the methods of proofs. What are the methods we use for solving a problem? Generally, we use two methods of proofs, namely they are direct method of proof and indirect method of proof. Most of the problems, most of the statements, and most of the theorems in mathematics are proved with the help of direct method of proof. Few of the statements in mathematics are proved by using indirect method of proof. If the direct method of proof is not possible, then we use indirect method of proof. Let us see how we prove a statement or a theorem in the direct method of proof. In mathematics, every statement or every theorem or every problem is in the form of P implies Q. That means if P, then Q. Here, P is called the given data and Q is called the conclusion. Very simple. The statement starting with the word if is called P, given data. The statement starting with the word then is called Q, conclusion. Here in the direct method of proof, we begin with P and we arrive at Q directly. That is why it is called direct method of proof. In the direct method of proof, we begin with the given data P and we end up with the desired result Q. We arrive at a conclusion Q through the logical sequence of steps. Here we follow a logical sequence of steps from P to Q. We start with the data P. Through the logical sequence of steps, we arrive at Q. And in this method, each and every step must be justified by a supporting reason. This is the direct method of proof. While in the indirect method of proof, how we solve? Let us see. In the indirect method of proof, instead of starting with the statement P, we start with the statement Q. Actually, not Q. That means in the indirect method of proof, we begin with an assumption contrary to conclusion. Here our original conclusion is Q, but we assume that not Q. That means Q is not correct. Here in the indirect method of proof, Q is to be proved. but we assume that Q is not correct. That means we assume that the original conclusion is not correct. Then we proceed. We arrive at a step. We arrive at a contradiction. Actually, Q conclusion must be proved. Here in the indirect method of proof, we assume that the original conclusion is false. By assuming that the original conclusion is false, we arrive at a contradictory data to the hypothesis. That means we get both the statements contrary to each other. This contradiction has arisen because of the incorrect assumption that we made in the beginning, that is, Q is not correct. That is, the original conclusion is not correct. In the beginning of the proof, we assume that the original conclusion is not correct. This was our assumption in the beginning. We have arrived at a contradiction. This contradiction has arisen because of the incorrect assumption that we made in the beginning. That means our assumption is false. Therefore, we conclude that Q must be true. Let us understand the indirect method of proof with one example. If a baby is hungry, then the baby cries. Let us prove this by the indirect method of proof. You can understand this method of proof with this example easily. You may not be understand the definition, but you can understand the definition of this method clearly with this example. The statement starting with the word if is P. The statement starting with the word then is Q. So P is here, hungry baby, and Q is here, the baby cries. That means you are given a hungry baby, you have to prove that the baby is crying. We use here indirect method of proof to prove this. Once again recall what is the indirect method of proof. In the indirect method of proof, we assume that the conclusion is false. What is the conclusion here? What is to prove here? The baby is hungry. This is to prove. Then we assume that the baby is not crying. In the indirect method of proof, we assume that the conclusion is not true. That means we assume that the baby is not crying. Then we proceed. Let us see. The baby is not crying. Then implies that baby is not crying means The baby is okay, the baby is healthy, and the baby is not hungry. The baby is not hungry once again. But you are given a hungry baby. What P says here? The baby is hungry. What you get here in this step? The baby is not hungry. Both of these statements are contrary to each other. This is called contradiction, contradictory data. This contradiction has arisen because of the incorrect assumption that we made in the beginning. What was the incorrect assumption we made in the beginning? The baby is not crying. This was wrong. Then we conclude that the baby is crying. We conclude that the baby cries. This is on the name only. It is indirect method of proof. We do not use P. We use only P for a contradictory data. We start with not Q and we proceed. We arrive at a contradiction and we conclude that the assumption was wrong, and we conclude that the original conclusion must be true. If direct method of proof is not possible, then we go for indirect method of proof. There are few theorems in geometry and real numbers which can be proved with the help of indirect method of proof, that we shall discuss in the next session, next class. Thank you.